section 10.4 ellipse. We're going to talk about how to graph ellipse. We're going to give you the general form for the standard of graphing ellipse. So we're going to talk about those little parts so that you know how to put that on a graph. Let me give you your definition for ellipse. Good news, you don't have to worry about being a perfect circle anymore. These are ovals, and so they're a little bit easier to graph for those people who aren't real artistic like myself. Ellipse is the set of points P such that the sum of the distance between P and two distinct fixed points called the foci. F sub 1 is here, F sub 2. So depending on where the foci are, it really makes your picture. It makes whether it's a skinny, drawn out, kind of flat looking oval. And the book is going to ask you to find those values, and all I want you to do in this section is just graph, okay? So what I do on the next examples on graphing, that's all you have to do. You don't have to go find the foci points. Okay, so let's start with the standard form. Write this down in detail, okay? This should look familiar. Sort of looks like a circle, but not quite. Notice out here is a 1. Right here's a plus, and then you got these numbers that are going to be on the bottom. But as far as finding the H and the K, you have seen that before. So let me show you an example. In the same way you go, and when you go to graph, you're going to need a center point to help you graph. And the center point again, opposite sign, opposite sign. So most of that you're going to be used to doing. No big deal. But we're going to talk about major axis and a minor axis. The major axis for this problem is the x-axis because this number under here is the biggest of the two, 49 and 16. But when it comes to graphing, that number also tells us how to graph it. It means on the x-axis, since it goes right and left, you're going to go out 7 units. So your A is what you're doing there. So you do the square root of 49. So you go out 7, out 7. And I bet you can guess what we do. For the minor axis, it's going to be the shorter one. So it would be the y in this case because that number is smaller. So you would go up and down 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go graph this one. So if you want to, while you're taking your notes, graph with me. You can do this on notebook paper. When you get ready to do your homework, graph paper makes these go really fast. Okay? But you don't need a compass because they're a lot easier to graph. So let me show you this one. Got it written up there. So I'm going to go put it on graph paper. So the center point was at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how I get started doing the ellipse. It gives me a place to go, and then my axes are going to come off with this one. So on the x-axis, I'm going to go right and left. How much, Jamie?
7.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then up and down, how much, Jamie?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a circle, it's oval. So keep that in mind as you draw it.
It's fine.
So there's your list. Let me show you the major axis. See how it's being stretched out more this way? Visually, you'll see that the more of these you graph out. So the next one I'm going to do is I want to do where the major axis is this way. You'll see it. It'll look like it's been stretched out that way. So let me show you this guy. Also look at the standard form on this one. Notice something a little strange up here. They put the y first. Let me warn you. When you go to get the center point, H, then K. Be careful. Okay? Here's why they write it this way, because it's a little crazy. Anytime your major axis is the y-axis, that number will be bigger. Not always, not 100% of the time, but a lot of the textbooks will write the y in the front. Okay? So be careful. When you see the y in the front, go, oh, I gotta do something about that center point. Make sure I keep that straight. So Jamie, careful. What's the center point on that one?
-4, 2.
Right. Everybody understand? So it looks tricky. There's trying to be obedient, putting the major axis in the front of the equation. But you gotta remember you still go get x and then y, because your order of pairs is always x, not y. Okay? Let me go put this up. -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up to, Jamie, you wanna come?
Okay.
Okay. I'll talk you through it.
5 up and down. Right?
Okay, up and down is 5, yeah. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, yeah. And then right and left,
3.
3. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Now draw your ellipse. Here we go. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Not bad. Good job. Thank you, Jamie. Now, if you look at it, this is your major axis. Remember, I told you I was going to do one where it was kind of stretched out like that. Later, I'm going to do a video on how to take a regular equation and put it into the standard form. So I'll have a separate video for that later. But there you go. There's your ellipse.